And yeah, come on, FBH! FBH! Looks like some people are still linking me to BGVRT stream. Yeah, we had a look at that before, but I think I'm just going to stay on the official one. Yeah. Anyway, I believe there have been some rumors that Firebat Hero is actually quite good at StarCraft 2.
Yeah. There were a couple of replays of Mound as well. He has been playing actually with an account called Firebat Hero. He doesn't care.
Really? Not one of the Barcode Warriors?
Nope.
Nice.
Well, he could be one of those two.
He actually has like 5 accounts in
Probably
Grandmaster.
was. I don't think he would practice for this on an account called Firebat Hero.
Well, let us see how good he is, at least. It's like these players just discussing something among themselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Good Air Force
Indeed.
pilots.
Can't believe we haven't seen a single Protoss, like, not win. PvP doesn't count.
Protoss is a pretty good race.
Indeed.
That's why I love it, man. That's why I'm Protoss. Looks like we might be ready here. The Kesper guy is no longer in FBH's booth. He's got a serious face on. And looks like they're just chilling though. Well, anyway, so let's talk a little bit about these players. Firebat Hero, aside from his dancing antics, he was a very strong TVT and TVZ player in Brood War, but his TVP was always pretty weak. So, you know, he couldn't really consistently perform in Star Leagues or anything like that just because his TVP was bad. But, you know, when he got his good matchups, he showed some really exciting games. One of his most famous series was actually against Savior. There's an epic, epic game on Python where it just, like, gets completely ridiculous. I'm sure somebody can link that in the chat, so if you guys want to check that out. It's a really, really good game. And also, his ceremony after that game was a little bit BM, but quite amusing. And, I mean, on the other hand, I mean, since moving to Ace, like, he kind of fell off a little bit, but then actually started getting really good, like, improving his TVP even. So now his TVP is not necessarily that weak anymore, but still, I don't think not quite living up to his former glory when he was on Con. Meanwhile, Reality is a Terran player on Con. He seems to be their favorite Terran, or at least he was until Turn started owning it up. Like, at the beginning of the season, I think he was definitely being played over Turn. But more recently, I think Turn, at least in Brood War, is being favored over him. So it's interesting to see him come out for StarCraft 2. Of course, we did see Turn play earlier in the Brood War matches. But I mean, otherwise he's relatively unremarkable. There was one funny moment he had in the last season of Pro League where he played a TVT and he decided to proxy barracks, like proxy 8 racks, and his opponents decided to like proxy 10 racks or something. So obviously the barracks were proxied right next to each other, but one was on high ground. So his was on high ground. He could see his opponents, and his opponent didn't see his, and just like insta lost, which was hilarious.
Looks like we've got the little intro, so we should be getting started.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have it in Entombed Valley, I think.
Yep. And in the bottom left, as the red Protoss, we do have Firebat Hero, the dancing queen himself. Look at that handsome baller. And at the top left, as the blue Terran, we will have Reality for Samsung Khan. Vertical positions here on Entombed.
Indeed. Vertical positions, obviously somewhat close, but at least not as bad as the close horizontal positions, which your third bases are kind of facing each other, and that makes it kind of dumb to take third bases. But, you know, these positions are alright. Reasonable distances, at least.
Alright. So now we've seen some weird PvT openings so far from these players, going for Gateway, Gas, Nexus, and then Cybernetics Core. I wonder if Firebat Hero is going to do something like that. I wonder if that's like some weird Korean Brood War Pro metagame thing or something. I don't know. Meanwhile, the Terrans have so far gone for just standard 1 Rex expand builds. And it looks like we have some more race switching going on. They're just showing the Air Force Ace players that switched again. If you guys want to see those in English, you can check out the threads on Team Liquid. There's some handy dandy threads that show all the new player rosters, including race switches. And looks like a double gas actually.
Oh yeah, this is something we actually more often see potentially in PvP. Double gas before the core. This definitely indicates some sort of cheesy-ish tech build, I would say.
Yeah, something like a DT
I don't
rush
really
maybe?
actually know.
I feel like this super fast gas is probably a DT rush, but we shall see. Of course, it's quite funny because, you know, in Brood War, Firebat Hero played Terran, and DT rushes were often the bane of his existence. So to see him doing that here in a PvT is quite interesting.
Yeah, we still don't really know what he's doing yet, for sure.
Indeed, indeed, he does have a few options. Let us see, when that core finishes, what is he going to build?
He probably won't build whatever it is right away, because he wants to chase any scouts out first.
That is an excellent point, and the probe does get in and see the command center, so he knows what's going on. He has built a single zealot here, chrono boosting his warp gate tech, and do you think he's gonna? Well, actually, I don't know if he has a chrono boost again to spend on the stalker, but let's see. Looks like
He should have any
moving
second
in
if he
here. And is he gonna chrono boost the stalker? Could have perhaps used his probes to try and trap that SCV there, but decides not to. And no, he's actually just chrono boosting his warp gate once again. 2 extra barracks going up for the Terran player.
No fast third CC or anything this time around. A little more normal looking. Also, we still do have this weird 2 gas opening. I'm not really sure. It looks like it's just going to be an expansion fallout, which is a little weird. Not unheard of though.
And he's actually gone for an expansion here rather than any fast tech, which you might have expected from the double gas, which is quite interesting. Viewers in the chat are pointing out that he only had 2 guys on gas. Does he still only have 2 guys on gas?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's 3 now on the left
3 now.
hand. Yeah, but I guess he only had 2 guys for a wall there to build up his minerals a little bit. So that's interesting. I think like having 2 geysers with 2 guys is like more efficient than one with 3 guys on it. So yeah, good stuff. Anyway, nothing crazy from reality just yet. He's going to scout the expansion here with this SCV.
Tech lab going down. Should see stem rather shortly. And there it is. 2 more gates from Firebat here. Everything looking pretty much exactly like all the other TVP openings we've seen so far.
According to the stream viewers, this is actually a pretty popular PvT build used by Squirtle yesterday. Too bad I didn't watch those games.
Oh, the double gas thing?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard of
I
it
don't
gaining
watch
popularity lately.
ST2 Pro games,
I've seen
guys.
it in PvP, actually.
I'm sorry. I do apologize. Anyway.
Factory going up. Pretty fast factory, actually.
Second bunker, few zealots and sentries coming up here. No stalkers in the force though, interestingly. I don't think he's going to be able to do too much with this. He's going to try, maybe use some fancy force fields. He's doing the Guardian shield there, and I mean, that's a decent number of Marines. There is the force fields to block the SCP repair, but yeah, not nearly enough firepower there, even with the force fields.
Sentries are just sentries. They don't actually do damage, they just tickle stuff. Oh well. Firebat Hero looking alright, I guess. Terran probably is a slight advantage at this point, just because Firebat Hero's weird double gas build was aimed to get a lot of sentries out early on, but then he wasted the extra energy anyway, so his economy is slightly weaker.
Alright, meanwhile, I think that's a reactor on that factory. Gonna switch that out with a starport. Standard
Indeed.
stuff. Looks like got his 3 gases, doesn't think the 4th gas yet. Observer gonna come in here and see everything. And
Everything.
yeah.
Power Hero taking down the rocks, looking to take a third at some point here.
Man, I'm still annoyed. People still think I'm Orb. This is actually
It's funny.
really annoying. Like, they legitimately think I'm Orb.
You should go cast with Orb.
I can't believe it.
Just go message him.
This is terrible, man. I'm actually just sad now. I'm sad about life. Ah. Whatever. Looks like bunkers have been salvaged. And oh, this is a move out.
With range. And Forge. This is an interesting build that they all seem to be preferring. It's like a 1 Forge Colossus build.
Oh, he's barely missing the pylon there, just out of sight range. The Observer following the army as it goes across here. Medevac a little bit separated, but there's no Stalkers to run in and pick that guy off. He's going to need some good force fields here to hold us off, I think. He's got a decent number of Zealots, but it's going to be, you know, he's going to have to trap the Bioforces with force fields if he wants to do anything with this. And, oh! It's like use a Guardian Shield, but Reality does not commit to the attack, just threatens with the drop, but then pulls his guys back as soon as he sees the army there. The Observer spotting everything, really useful Observer. It looks like he's going to scan there and immediately kill it with a stim. I don't know if the stim was necessary there. He stimmed all of those Bioforces on the ground. That seems a bit excessive, but at least he does get the Observer in the end.
Indeed. Reality seeming to play a little bit aggressive here, looking to find an opening to drop in. There are 2 Colossi out for Firebat Hero. Maybe he'll be making a push at some point. Maybe not. Maybe just playing defensive and taking a third, although he does have quite a few units along with it. Army moving forward at the front while dropping in the back.
Going in the main base here. The main force is out of position. He could get a lot of kills here. The probes are being pulled a little bit slowly, getting a decent number of probe kills there. And looks like stimming units in the front as well. Nice Guardian Shield, nice force fields as well. Great reaction there by Firebat Hero, but it might not even be enough here. He's taking so much damage. It looks like the units in the main have been cleaned up, but he's going to lose all these sentries at the front, just doing another force field there. Wow, I think he's actually going to save a couple of those sentries. Wow. Excellent force fields to save those units. But I don't know, has the damage been done? He took a lot of damage in the main base. He did lose a lot of units. I don't know if it's... I mean, he's behind like 20 supply right now. I think it's about 90 supply to 110.
Double Colossi, though.
It's still doable.
I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. I mean, it really could go either way at this point. I feel like the supply doesn't quite tell the whole story due to the presence of so many Colossi. Although I suppose they are very weak to a decent number of Marauders if he doesn't get good force fields down.
And looks like another scan takes down an Observer just as he finishes breaking down those rocks. He's still only on three barracks. Oh no, I'm sorry, there's 2 at the natural.
Production.
My mistake. He's facing, looks like 6 warp gates and the Robo. Twilight Council now on the way.
Indeed.
1-1 upgrades are finished for the Terran. I don't know if Armor had already finished for the Protoss. He's
yeah,
getting +1 attack already. Okay, alright. So not too far behind on the upgrades. There's 3 Colossus in this force, but otherwise it seems to be a relatively small Protoss army here. He's actually falling further and further behind in supply, now down at 105 supply against the 150 something supply of the Terran, but he is getting his 3rd base now, before the Terran actually. So if he can hold on here, if he can just defend, he'll be in good shape.
Will Reality move in here is the question, or will he just choose to play it a little bit safer? Looks like, I mean, there are quite a few Colossi, but he hasn't actually been making them consistently, so I feel like they're definitely manageable at this point.
Yeah, and the Colossi actually
and
got
his
a little
army
bit...
is definitely bigger.
Colossi got a little bit ahead of themselves there. He has to be a little bit careful with that, or he might get a random one sniped, or at least get some damage taken off of it. And that's a pretty scary bio force, but it looks like a couple of Zealots being warped in at the forward pylon. They're going to do some harassment here. He's moving them up to the 3rd base, but that's actually not been taken yet. So they're actually not going to do anything for now.
Is there one started in the natural or anything?
I'm not sure. Look, there is one on the production tab, so I think that actually just finished.
Oh, that's a good point. Didn't notice that one. Alright, well, should see a 3rd base anytime now. Protoss third base is still there, but not fully functional at
And
least.
there's a big stim. The Vikings going to work on the Colossi.
Oh.
Not the best force field. And oh my goodness, the Terran army just wiping out the Protoss here. This
Oh wow,
is...
Firebat Hero.
Oh no, we are
Maybe the
not going to
first
see the
Protoss to
Dancing Queen
fall.
dance. We're not going to see an ace match. Oh my goodness. Some Zealots coming in here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. You can see Firebat Hero knows as well. His army has just been annihilated. GG! And reality
GG, wow.
takes down set number 3 and finishes off the series in favor of Samsung Khan here. The first time we've seen a Terran defeat a Protoss, I think, and soundly defeat at that.
Damn.
Impressive work from reality here.
Alright.
And as sad as I am that we didn't see Firebat Hero win, I am glad that Khan won the series.
It's a win-win for you. Ex-con or con, same thing, right?
Exactly. So, that is all for this series, but don't go anywhere because there is one more series after this. That's right, a ridiculously long game of, or long day rather, of StarCraft. The
One more.
fourth-
I might die before then. I don't know.
If you have to bow out, you can. Don't kill yourself. But yeah, for anyone wondering, the last series is going to be STX Seoul versus Woongjin Stars. The last two teams, last two Kespa teams, going to show us their stuff here. Now, Woongjin Stars is rumored to have the strongest StarCraft 2 lineup, so that should be quite exciting for those of
Indeed.
you who want to see some more impressive StarCraft 2 games. Should be good. And their Brood War lineup isn't that bad either, so yeah, should be good.
Definitely should be a great match.
Alright. Oh man, people are now trolling me with the orb thing. You guys, I'm like gonna go into depression. Look, I'm gonna like have an identity crisis. I'm just gonna like wake up tomorrow morning and be like, oh my god, am I orb? I'm actually gonna like start believing that I'm orb. It's gonna be really weird.
Alright, I'm so dead. I think I'm going to quit. Even though I was going to actually make it. But
It's alright, you have
your
lasted...
stream is obviously preferred, and mine has a stupid sound problem that I've been trying to fix. And it's not getting fixed, and I'm like so dead. And I also have
It's all
other
good?
stuff.
It's all good?
I have a reason not to ruin my schedule.
You have lasted a whopping 8.5 hours. You should be commended. Everybody, give
Yeah.
a big round of applause, a big thanks to Poke Bunny for co-casting. He has been the SC2, the knowledgeable SC2 person for this cast, so thank you very much.
Alright, my stream is shutting down. Everyone go watch Sayle. Peace out and enjoy the last match.
Thank you, Poke Bunny.
Thank you everyone for watching. Ugh.
Good night.
Alright. Good night. Good morning. Whatever it is. Peace out.
See ya. And Poke Bunny has been eliminated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is just me and you left. We get to be all intimate and cozy. Isn't that nice? So yeah, I really need to go to the bathroom, but they're not playing commercials yet, so I'm just gonna wait for a second. I think they're gonna go commercials in a bit, because they have like the really long commercial break in between games. So I'm just gonna chill, and hopefully not spring a leak in the meantime. People are saying I should get a new co-caster. Do you guys want me to co-caster? Get a co-caster? Kiet is here. Kiet can come on. I don't know. I'm okay with solo cast or co-cast or whatever you guys want. I'm not gonna co